A magical game with an amazing soundtrack that was heavily inspired by Spellforce. This is Godsworn. Welcome back to our mini-series on the Steam RTS Fest of 2025, where we'll take a look at discounted games, games in early access, and also game demos. This, as I mentioned, is Godsworn. It's currently in early access. You can pick it up at a discount of 20%. And this demo that we're going to be playing in just a moment is actually free to download on Steam. So I'll leave the link to the Steam store page in the video description in case you guys would like to check it out. Now, I like to do my best to explain this game, how it functions, what you need to gather, how it is you even gather resources, stuff like that. Everything as I usually do when we first see a game on this channel. So I'm going to go with an easy AI this time, just so I have time to explain all the things. In the right hand side you have some victory conditions: shrine victory, which is to destroy the enemy shrine, and shrine and hero victory, which is to destroy the enemy shrine and their hero. Below that are the unit limits that you can select. You have a total of units that you can have in the game, and also you have a separate limit for your worshippers. Worshippers are essentially your worker units, but we'll see that in a second. No need to get ahead of myself. Let's jump into Godsworn. Okay, welcome to Godsworn. This is your shrine. So I'm going to lay out the basics of the game. This is your shrine. The shrine will periodically spawn worshippers. As you can see down here, worshipper arrives in 20 seconds. The worshippers by default will start praying at the shrine. That will generate some faith, which is one of your resources in the top of the screen. As you can see now, we are producing 9 faith, and we have a total of 186, now 195. There are other resources in the game as well, three other to be more precise. Wealth, which is gathered by gathering ore from different locations. You have copper and gold ore on this map. Copper ore will give you 3 wealth, while gold ore will give you 5. Trees or wood, you can gather wood by cutting down trees with the forester camp, and you can also gather food from various locations, which we'll take a look at in a second. So your shrine is spawning your worshippers, but you also have another way to get some worshippers, which are these tent icons on the minimap, as you can see, and one of them is right next to our base, and I'm heading over there right now. So these are locations where there are captive worshippers, and they are defended by or guarded by some neutral creeps, as you can see. So I'm sending my hero over there to take them out, and while they are fighting, I can go over the hero screen, which is in the top left hand side of the screen. This is shining. This icon right here is shining because we have 1 available skill point to be distributed. Each level unlocks 2 sets of skills that you can choose from. You can choose both, by the way, further down the line. For now, I'm gonna go with the level 1 solar ray ability because that is very helpful against taking out these creeps. I can just cast it on them, and now they are dead. Okay, and now we have freed a captive who is now our worshipper. And as you can see, we now have a total of 5 worshippers over here, as indicated by this little icon above the shrine, and then we're about to have a 6th one who just arrived. That is the one we have just freed. Now, how do you gather resources? In the bottom right hand side of the screen, you have your buildings panel. From here, you can select various buildings to put down, and once you do so, for example, I'm going to select this forester hut. I'm going to place it next to a group of trees, and one of our worshippers will be automatically assigned to building the building. Now, once the building is done, worshippers can start working in those buildings to gather these resources. Each building has a separate limit of how many worshippers can work there. For example, the forester camp will have a limit of 2 worshippers, but we can upgrade that later on with this upgrade, which will allow us to gain 1 more worker slot for this particular building.
The solstice is near.
There's another location. Perfect. And now our hero leveled up. We can select another group of skills. I'm going to go with Tear of Ember because that's a pretty good one.
I protect my people.
Now we have another worshipper. Now, since we have like 5 worshippers, now 6 worshippers, so aren't doing too much except for generating faith, I'm going to go ahead and select the Gatherer's Hut, place it next to a group of berries, and now 1 worshipper will start building this and eventually start working in here. Now this is the worshipper indicator icons, which determines how many worshippers you actually have working on this site. You also have the same number down here, and as the tooltip says, left click to assign a worshipper, right click to unassign a worshipper. If you unassign a worshipper, they will go back to the shrine and start praying and generating faith. But right now, I'm more interested in other resources. For example, here we have a group of deer, so we can grab the Hunter's Lodge, place it down next to them. 1 worshipper will make all their way
I
to
watch
the
over the lands.
little building area, start building, and then eventually start working that side as well. So this has been built, the Gatherer's Hut. We currently have one worshipper. I could click on this icon and that will assign a second worshipper, or as the tooltip said down here, I can left click on this button.
My
Okay, I'm taking my hero and just move to another camp and grab more worshippers, rescue more worshippers. Now there's one more thing in the top right hand side of the screen, which is housing. This indicates how many units you can have in total, how much you have right now, and how much you can have in total in the game. So that is the 8/8/100 means you have 8. You have a total, you can build a total of 8 at this time, and you can build a total of 100 in the game. That was the option that we looked at earlier in the right hand side when we were setting up our game. So in order to increase your population, you need to build dwellings. So I'm going to select a few dwellings. As you can see, each one will be assigned another worshipper. Now, if you don't have housing available, then you're not even going to be spawning worshippers. So that's kind of bad.
Bright. Stand and fight. I watch over the lands.
Okay, so this is another worshipper rescued. Perfect. Plus we have another group of berry bushes over here. So I'm going to grab a Gatherer's Hut, place it next to it, and this worshipper who thought that they were secured and went back to the base, now they can start working for us.
I'm on it.
Okay, let's start clearing the area. Now we have 3 idle worshippers. As you can see, a Hunter's Lodge only has 1 worker slot available, which you can also increase by an upgrade. Some of these can be upgraded to house more workers, some of these can be not.
They shall burn.
Okay. I think I'm going to put down another forester camp just so we can generate some more wood, because we are going to be building a ton of things. Especially since I want to show you guys most of this game, so I want to get to higher tier units as well and show you guys everything that I can squeeze into this one game. And if you guys want to see more of this, then do let me know in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to create more videos on this game. And of course, at that point, we're going to be staying true to the theme of the channel, which is to play every game on the highest difficulty possible. So in that case, we're going to be playing on insane difficulty and not on easy. I'm just playing on easy so we have time to explain all these things. Now we're about to capture our first mine over here, which means we can put down a jeweler next to it, and they will start producing wealth out of this copper ore. As I've said before, 3 wealth will be generated from copper ore. But before we get that, I'm just going to put down a barracks just in case, because I'm pretty sure the easy AI is already coming for us.
One can be burnt to
Or I don't know, honestly, I haven't played it on easy before. This is actually, as funny as it may be, but this is the first time I'm actually playing this on easy. Watch as I get rolled.
In my light, one can be burnt to
Okay, so
ash.
now I'm putting down a war camp, which can train the most basic of your units. We also have the witch cabin, which can produce more magical units like the witch, the herbalist, and I'm going to show you guys later in just a minute.
Mother
Okay.
of stars.
Get few more units, head to their camps. In general, in the early game, you want to grab most of these camps as you can, because that means 1 free worshipper that you don't have to wait around for them to be spawned, right? Because you get them immediately and you have them. So that's in general a good idea to go around these camps. Now these ones are just barricades. The ones you can see, which has a sword icon, those are like barricaded positions.
Mother of stars.
You can take them out for a little amount of gold that we actually see over there, I think. Wealth pickup, yeah. Okay, so that means that our AI friend, easy AI friend, is actually already on our side and coming for us.
Spears and shields.
So that means we kind of need to increase our pace just a little bit. Pick up the pace and do a little bit of cleaning. So these are the gold mines. This will generate 5 wealth once you build a jeweler next to it.
My people.
Man, the soundtrack is just amazing. I know you cannot hear it because I'm talking all the time, so I'm gonna shut up now for like a minute and let you guys listen to the beautiful soundtrack that this game has to offer.
Is near. Attack! Don't stare too long.
We fight for the tribe.
In my light, one can heal.
prey nearby.
In my light, one can heal. The path is chosen.
Let the ambush begin. Fire!
I have come down from the stars. The world below the light.
Okay, so
I watch
very
over the
nice, like
lands.
uplifting vibes, if that's the correct term for this.
I will
Or I
light
think the feel
path.
of this game is fantastic. So I do recommend picking it up, absolutely, if you are interested in these kind of games. I just assigned another worker by left-clicking on this.
We fight for the tribe.
And you can hear that they're fighting actually in this area, because the sound you can hear, regardless of how, where you're looking. You can even see a few arrows flying around the place. I'm not sure if that's intentional, by the way,
Of the world.
but that is the case. You can kind of keep track of where the enemy
In
hero
my
is
light,
actually looting.
One can heal.
Okay. We'll go with even a third forester hut. Now this influence sphere is designed so that you cannot place multiple of the same buildings next to each other, because that would be
There
mean
will
that
be
it would
no
be
harm
super
to
easy
my
to
children.
defend.
You will soon
You know, if
run
you
out of housing.
you put like 10 forester camps next to each other, and that
Mother
would
of
actually be
stars.
very easy to defend in general. So that's why you have this kind of influence sphere next to all these buildings. So that means we need to move further outwards. Plus, if you
Mother
haven't
of
discovered a
stars.
piece of the air, a piece of the land just yet, for example this one, then you cannot just randomly build buildings over there. Okay, now the witch cabin has 3 units: the witch, the herbalist, which heals allied units, and then the pukis, which is a fiery dragon-like creature that spews flames, and it generates gold.
In my light, one can be burnt to ash.
Which is super
So
amazing,
long
and
as
also
light
gains
remains,
in its
there
size
will be hope.
the more it kills, or the more,
There is no more
gold it
housing
generates. Okay, let's pick up another dwelling, actually make that 2.
My most sacred Zaltis.
So since this area hasn't been discovered by us just yet, which means we haven't been there before, that means we cannot build some houses over there, or any kind of building for that matter. So I'm just gonna go ahead and discover
The
it.
solstice is near.
Arrow stretched. Ready for the hunt.
Forward.
Okay, so our wealth is coming in. Only thing we're doing pretty bad is the lumber. Here's the pukis. Searches the fallen for wealth. Does not like the loot. Doesn't like to loot while enemies are near.
More shiny.
The solstice
Very
is
interesting
near.
creature. Okay, let's put down one more dwelling. You also have upgrades for certain units. For example, we can grab the bear shield for our most basic tribesman.
My most sacred Zaltis.
That's gonna be built, and we can also squeeze in another forester camp
Fight
over
for the
here.
tribe.
Don't stare too long.
Pretty good. Now you can gain access to better units and better buildings. Better buildings, I mean these ones. The field, farmstead, is the first one. Warriors Hall, Alka, Celestial Hold are the main buildings that you can get or build once you have upgraded your shrine to tier 2,
Upgrades
which
have
is
been
this
completed.
icon over here. You need 500 wood and 250 wealth for that.
There
We
will
are
be no
very
harm
far
to
away
my
from both
children.
of those.
They shall burn.
So we're just gonna gather a ton of resources
My
for that.
most sacred Zaltis. Peace shall
And you
return.
can build a mine over there,
A
or
mother
jeweler as it's
protects.
called. I'm pretty sure the AI has taken out this camp
My
over here and
light
freed
will
that worshipper,
burn
but
them.
in case just in case,
There will
Nope.
be no harm to my
it's actually
children.
coming for us, so we're just gonna turn around.
Raiders, attack!
I have come down
Bless
from the
my
You
stars.
can freely move your worshippers, by the way, at any point. So as you can see, I just moved them away from harm's way.
The witch circle.
There will
That's
be
completely
no
fine.
harm to my children.
That's an enemy Pukas.
Stand
The
and
enemy hero is
fight.
about to have a very bad day.
Stand and
Fight,
fight.
poultice.
The Pukas is actually very helpful because it does AoE damage,
I protect my people.
and I can just reassign the 2
The
workers.
Sunbringer leads the way.
Let the ambush
So
begin.
outside of those worker slots, there's no way of generating resources. That's why you
Ruler
want
of
to be putting down
Dowsos.
multiple buildings that you would need. Of course, you can upgrade them. I'm going to assign the second person in this jeweler. Hopefully hopefully soon we'll have enough for an upgrade. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna
Don't
create a
stare
few
too
units.
long.
And since we have enough wood, I'm gonna put down a watchtower over here, which are actually
In my
very
light,
effective
One can be burnt to
and
ash.
holding off the enemy. So that's good to have.
I shine on the fields of
Okay, let's
gold.
put down one more dwelling since we have some idle workers. Now, if you don't have any worshippers who are at the shrine, so I mean they're idle, then you can always just take off a worshipper from any of your production buildings or resource gatherer locations, and thus you can free up a worker and they can
So
build
long as light
buildings for you.
remains, there will be hope.
So you're never like fully stuck. You just need to optimize it. Like, for example, take someone off of this jeweler that can become a builder. You build a few buildings, you send them back to the jeweler once you have spawned another worshipper, for example.
Shine bright. Stand and fight.
Okay, so this was indeed
I have
cleared out.
come down from the stars.
And we're just going to be turtling right now. Just so we can upgrade and I can show you guys the better units. The golden apple tree ability is actually kind of amazing because you can just pop it down anywhere. For example, over here. And this can be mined like it's one of the copper or gold mines. You can just assign a worshipper and this will also generate some wealth.
So long as light remains,
see the
there will
spirits.
be hope.
Okay, watchtower is now up. Perfect.
The world below the light. Peace shall return.
So in general, this is the gameplay loop. You gather resources, you build more units, you upgrade your units, and you also go for the next tier of the shrine in order to
Peace shall
create
return.
more powerful units.
In my light, one can be burnt to ash.
Very much like I mentioned, very much like Spellforce. You just need a little bit less than 80 wood,
Don't stare too
and you can
long.
go for a level 2 shrine.
My light will burn them.
Well, like I said, if you guys want more gameplay of this, then definitely let me know in the comments, and we can play this on
So
insane
long as
difficulty
light
at that
remains,
point,
there will be hope.
because I won't need to explain every bit of the game. Okay, so now we can upgrade to tier 2. That will unlock some
most
more buildings.
sacred is
And
Altis.
take a look at the other units that we can build, and other buildings in general.
Don't stare too long.
Okay, now to look at a few of these. So up top you have your general abilities, and then the abilities that are tied to your hero are actually in the heroes panel over here. So we have the Tear of Ember, a turret that is dropped from the sky. It deals bursts of radiant damage around itself when enemies are near. So we can just drop it, for example, I don't know, over here. And if enemies would be near it, then this would deal
We'll
damage
soon
to
run out
it.
of housing.
Okay, let's resolve that by putting down a few dwellings. Next one is Sunbringer's Passage. The Sunbringer is called to gallop across the sky, revealing the area he rides over. So for example, first you select the starting location and then the direction it will go. So for example, I wanted to go to the enemy base, and it will spawn this amazing looking light steed essentially, and reveal everything in his path. That's it.
I must have more.
And then the golden apple tree is this one. You can put down multiple. All of these abilities cost some faith. So if you run out of faith, you're not going to be able to cast those abilities. The hero ability is completely free, so you can cast them once the cooldown time is over. Okay, so we are now at a level 2 shrine at this point, so we can actually put down the warrior's hall, which is the next tier
Mother
of units.
of stars.
Also, if you have some upgrades for the shrine as well. Praying worshippers generate +1 faith. That's amazing. Worshippers gain more health and magic resistance. That's also amazing. And by default, the shrine actually heals your units that are around them and also does magical damage to enemies. Let's grab some more upgrades. You also have an upgrade for each of the units in the witch cabin.
In my light, one can heal.
Gold.
Here's the Pukis looting for
My
gold.
most sacred is Altis. My light will burn them. Mother
Okay, we
of
gained another
stars.
level. I'm gonna grab a flooding light. The sky opens up and heals areas,
Upgrades
or
have been
heals the
completed.
area around it and units within.
I watch over the lands.
Okay, this watchtower, I mean, we could just put down another watchtower over here actually.
I have come down from the
We'll defend
stars.
from this location.
Upgrades have been completed.
Copies are done. Yep. So the Warrior's Hall has 2 units, the Warrior and the Raider. Let's build a few of
I
each.
protect my people. I protect my people.
So that was a shockwave that the Tear of Ember emits, damaging enemies that are nearby. Okay, we're gonna need a new dwelling soon. I'm gonna upgrade. Which one should be upgraded? I think if we're gonna get some upgrades, then it should be for the jewelers. Okay, at 300 faith, we're gonna grab an upgrade for this one as
I
well.
shine
Probably should
in
have started with that one
fields
because
of
that's the
gold.
gold mine. Whatever.
I shall brighten those lands.
So this is the Warrior. Over a good selection of units. I like it.
Ready to
Definitely.
raid.
Even
So
though it's an
long as
early
life
access.
remains,
And like I said,
there
there's
will be
also
hope.
the Alka, or however you pronounce that, which summons expensive mythical units, and then you have the Celestial Hold, which produces very strong divine units. So, can't complain, honestly, about the selection of units.
Ready to raid. Sunbringer, protect my
Okay,
horse.
this is the Raider.
I protect my
Oh, we can just push out, actually.
peace shall return.
See what's over here.
Raid.
Mother of stars.
Sunbringer, protect my horse.
So long as light remains, there will be hope.
Let the ambush begin. Precise.
Nightshade and ivy.
Perish! Don't stare too long.
We will soon run out of housing. There is no more housing available.
Warden of the World Tree. Stand and fight!
Let the ambush begin.
Shine bright.
Swift as a stag.
I protect my people.
Requires prey.
I can see the spirits.
Don't stare too long.
Because I wanted another section of some no commentary gameplay, just so you guys can have a general understanding or a general feel, to be more precise, of what the game is. Okay, next we're gonna grab this Alka. Once you have enough resources to do so.
I watch over the lands. Peace shall return. You shall be driven out of this land. One can be burnt to ash. The world below the light.
Upgrades have been completed.
Stand and fight.
Okay, I'm just gonna take out this tower and a few of these buildings.
There will be no harm to my children. I'm on it. The world below the light. Push them back.
Okay, we can grab this as well.
Ruler of Dausos.
I can see the spirits.
So overall, I've been having fun with this game, even though I've only played the demo of it.
There will be no harm to my children.
But I think it's going to be a very good game, especially if, like I said, those of you who are interested in Spellforce-like games, this will definitely be something that you want to look into. Or just pick up.
Stand and fight.
The witch circle.
Embrace the poison.
Okay, let's put this down, and then finally the Celestial Hold, once we have the Alka.
ruler of doubters. I watch over the lands.
Also, the controls are actually very snappy, which is very nice to see. So they're not like floaty or anything with delays. It's super snappy. Units immediately go where you want them to. Pathfinding is good. Sound effects are amazing. Check out those 2 no commentary bits in this video. Soundtrack is beautiful. The soundtrack is actually exponentially beautiful. It didn't make any sense, but you get the idea. So it's
Warden of the World Tree.
it's better than all the sound effects in the game.
My most sacred is Altis. My light will burn them.
Okay, so keep on top of your dwellings.
My star daughters will bring your worshippers' souls to the
So we have the
world
Leshy
below.
and this other one, who are like your more elite units, and then the most elite units are within the Celestial Hold,
My most sacred is Altis.
which will pick up, so I'll try not to win the game.
I must hurry. There shall be no peace while they live. The journey continues.
So you can go with a few foresters.
I have come down from the stars.
Because even one of these costs 420 wood. It's crazy.
So long as light remains, there will be hope.
The witch circle.
The Sunbringer leads the way.
And we can even upgrade the existing ones, of course.
Life to rot.
So there's a caster unit. Has a poisonous cloud ability. And also an upgrade that the basic attack now slows enemies.
Remina calls.
Don't stare too long.
Spears and shields.
I can see the spirits.
Upgrades have been completed.
Okay.
Forward.
Yeah, we're gonna
I
move it.
shine on the fields of gold. Forward.
Apologies for dragging this out, but I really want to show everyone everything that's currently in the game. So grab a Leshy, and then we'll grab the Celestial Hold as well.
Insufficient worshippers.
Ready for the hunt.
Okay, once you have one more worshipper, we can assign them to
Insufficient worshippers.
all these foresters.
The world below the light.
This was the healing ability we grabbed earlier. Shields and units in the area.
The
Also had an amazing
solstice
sound
near.
effect.
Push them back. There will be no harm to my children. Forward.
Okay, this is the Leshy. Big tanky unit. Slams the ground and pushes enemies away.
Alluring light.
That's his ability.
Warden of the World Tree.
Okay, I'm not sure I mentioned this in the beginning. I already forgot. But this worshipper counter works in a way that the 32 is your total of worshippers you can have in a game. You cannot increase that. 28 is the amount of worshippers you have and are currently working somewhere in one of these resource gathering locations. And 0 is the ones that aren't working, so they are praying.
So long as light remains, there will be hope.
Okay, Celestial Hold going down. Then we can check out the
Insufficient
most
wood.
elite units. Or the one most elite unit.
Mother of stars.
And then we'll end the game.
I must hurry. There shall be no peace while they live. I shall brighten those lands.
Okay, golden apple trees. You can spawn as many as you want until you're in faith.
You shall be driven out of this land.
Okay, and this is the case where we don't have enough.
Insufficient worshippers.
We don't actually have enough workers to build stuff, so that's why I took this guy off of the gathering hut, and now he can
Bring
build
us good weather.
some buildings.
Shine bright.
That might be the only like confusing mechanic in like these Spellforce type games is how to like unassign worshippers or villagers or gatherers or whatever you don't call them, and put them on different tasks. For example, building buildings when you don't have anyone just lying around the place. Or you're maxed out on worshippers, that's another
In
option.
my light, one can be burnt to ash. In my light, one can heal. You shall be driven out of this land.
Okay, I'm actually gonna speed build this because it's super slow.
Yes.
You can assign multiple worshippers to build one building. That's fine. Solar Star Daughter. Okay, that's gonna be our best unit. Okay, now I'm gonna send them all to pray. So we generate some faith quickly. Because we need 160. Yep.
Do you require offerings?
Okay, perfect. Now we can pick this up. Check it out. And then we can end the
In
game.
my light, one can be burnt
But overall,
to ash.
as I've said multiple times throughout this video, I'm very happy about this game. Very happy that it even exists.
In my light,
I think it's pretty
one
good.
can be burnt to ash. I will light
Haven't played it against real
my
players. I'm not
light
even sure
will
if
burn them.
early access has
I
multiplayer.
shall brighten those lands.
But versus AI, very fun, I think. So definitely at least grab the demo. That's what I would recommend. And if you have fun in the demo, then definitely grab the early access version of it.
Guide of souls.
Okay, so this is the most elite unit that we can have. Unfortunately, I cannot show you her ability
In
because
my
we don't
light,
have.
one
We
can be
actually ran out of
burnt to
enemies.
ash.
Well, I mean, I could show it on
I
these
must hurry.
guys. Actually, let's start
Stand and
focusing on the
fight.
shrine now.
I shall burn you away like
Mother
the
of
lightning
stars.
So she has like a blink area effect attack.
be there.
It's very nice. Okay, so this was Godsworn. Like I said, links will be in the video description, link to the store page, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Definitely check it out, and I'll see you guys next time.